On Authentic Ag, we talk with Barb Downey, a rancher from Wabaunsee County, as she's wrapped up her year as president of the Kansas Livestock Association. We'll also have features from the Kansas Soybean Commission and Kansas Department of Agriculture and weekly updates from KLA as well as Paragon Ag Advisors. I'm Ken Rahjes. This is Authentic Ag.
Brought to you in part by the Kansas Soybean Commission, the Soybean Checkoff, Progress powered by Kansas farmers, Kansas Farm Bureau, a grassroots ag organization representing the state's farm and ranch families since 1919, KFB.org, and the Kansas Wheat Commission, lending in the adoption of profitable innovations from wheat, online at kswheat.com.
Welcome to the Western Kansas Wildlife Travel Center, right here in my hometown of Oakley, Kansas. We're the front door of Western Kansas, located on three main highways, I-70, US 83, and US 40. And all those roads lead to history, beautiful scenery, and adventure, no matter which direction you go. We now have an IHOP. That brand that you've trusted up and down the road in all your travels is staffed with local folks, real people, just like you and me, and we're waiting on you to join us. So for fun, adventure, fuel up, fuel your body, and let's have some fun.
In agricultural news from agview.net, in what's called a win for workers, Democrats in the House of Representatives say they reached an agreement with the Trump administration to move the U.S.-Mexico-Canada agreement forward. President Trump says the agreement is good for everybody, farmers, manufacturers, energy, as well as unions. He said the USMCA has tremendous support. Ag Secretary Sonny Perdue said the agreement improves virtually every component of its predecessor, that was the North American Free Trade Agreement. Perdue said the House and Senate now needs to work diligently to pass USMCA by Christmas. Well, the Kansas Department of Agriculture has announced that Chief Engineer David Barfield will be retiring from his position at the Division of Water Resources effective March 6th of next year. Barfield has been with DWR for 35 years and served as chief engineer since June of 2007. He's led the DWR in its efforts to serve water users in the state within the framework of Kansas law. That includes administration of more than 30,000 active water rights and 4 Interstate Water Compact, and also the state's program regulating dams and other water structures. Barfield led Kansas through decades of effort to interstate issues, including a couple of Supreme Court litigation and years of negotiations to reach agreements with Nebraska and Colorado to ensure that Kansas received its share of waters from the Republican River. Now, similarly, he led negotiations of numerous implementation agreements that were related to the Kansas Compact with Colorado on the Arkansas River, and in reaching a water rights settlement agreement with the Kickapoo tribe to help that tribe develop and secure a water supply for its needs. And after serving as president of the National Farmers Union for over a decade, Roger Johnson has announced that he does not intend to seek re-election again next year. His current term will end when the organization holds their annual convention in March. At that point, an election for his successor will be held. During his 11-year-long tenure, he led many efforts fighting corporate consolidation in the world of agriculture, as well as helping farmers adapt and mitigate climate change and developing fair international trade agreements, they say, and as well as providing information and resources to rural communities that are struggling with mounting stress and opioid misuse, and also ensuring that economic and social viability of family farm agriculture. Now, prior to his lending the Family Farm Organization, he served as the North Dakota Agriculture Commissioner. Now, you can find out more on these and other stories at agview.net. We'll be back after these messages.
Kim Mannering with Hardy Insurance. Today we will talk about umbrella coverage. Did you know that if you're held liable in any type of accident, the judgment can claim your assets? Please give me a call so we can discuss. 316-945-6733.
Watch Ag AM in Kansas online at agaminkansas.com.
Sure Crop Fertilizers was started by my father, Don Sherman, and my mother, Shirley Sherman. Family business that started in the 80s. We predominantly focus on plant nutrients and what we can do to give growers better responses with the fertilizer dollars that they do, and what we can do to make those things work better for the grower. We're based out of Seneca, Kansas. We work with growers in their soil analysis to figure out what they need, and then we can put those in a blend that gives them the best results, and so that we can deliver that direct to their farm so that they have those nutrients where they need them, when they need them, and so that they can apply them in a manner that's very efficient to them and works well in their planting systems and what they're doing. Sure Crop Fertilizers has been around for a long time. We always say we're big enough to take care of everything you need, but yet we're small enough to do it quickly. You can get a hold of us at 1-800-635-4743. Our website is surecropfertilizers.com, and you can always email me at Corey@surecropfertilizers.com, and with any questions you have, we're glad to answer it and work with you.
And joining us now is Barb Downey, who is a Wabaunsee County rancher and just wrapping up her time as president of the Kansas Livestock Association. We're here at their meeting in Wichita. And Barb, I think we talked about a year ago with anticipation, and this is usually one of the quickest years, a time to lead the state's largest livestock organization.
You know, anytime you're busy, it just goes really fast. And this organization, like you said, it being so large, 5,600 of my fellow cattle producers. We have an incredible organization here that relies very heavily on volunteer leadership, but also a really good professional staff. And together, I think we do a really good job for producers.
Let's talk about this past year. Go back, the end of 2018, and now this whole process. A lot of times we always want to give credit or blame for the cattle market, but there's definitely been one challenge after the other and this will probably go down as the year of the challenge for the industry.
I have not met a cattleman yet that doesn't want to just see 2019 out the door. We started with, when we first started this year, personally on our ranch, we were still in record-breaking drought. And then the faucets turned on, and they didn't seem to ever turn off. And we faced a winter, cattlemen in Kansas faced a winter with almost unprecedented mud and cold temperatures and relentless conditions. The good news was we broke our drought. And that problem solved itself. Production was good for both forages and grains this year, and we came into the fall in pretty darn good shape. Then, of course, we had the fire at the Tyson plant that threw our markets into what appeared to be chaos, but it was actually, with the advantage of a little bit of distance in hindsight, those markets reacted exactly how they should have, and served to pull us through what was really a tough time and out the other side.
Being on the ranch is sometimes it's also not only healing to kind of get away from the hustle and bustle of everything. And I say that saying you spent an awful lot of time in D.C. this past year fighting for a number of issues.
It is really important. We get involved in our own little world and our operations, and we don't realize sometimes what's going on, and we maybe don't appreciate the ramifications for how we or the next generation might do business. So it becomes important that when you're involved with these organizations that you step up and you do your part. And part of that is DC, part of it's Topeka, part of it's with your local government organizations.
Barb Downey, who is a Wabaunsee County rancher and the outgoing president of the KLA, is joining us. Let's take a break. We're back with more in just a moment.
Next time you see a beautiful field of corn, reach out and thank the farmers who work tirelessly to raise corn for livestock feed, renewable fuels, and exports to feed a growing world population. The farmers on the Kansas Corn Commission work for Kansas Corn with grower-funded checkoff dollars that support foreign and domestic market development, research, promotion, and education to expand opportunities for Kansas farmers. To learn more, visit kscorn.com.
Valley Vet Supply is devoted to providing information and professional quality products at reasonable prices.
ValleyVet.com, ValleyVet.com, Valley Vet Supply.
Kim Mannering with Hardy Insurance. Today we will talk about umbrella coverage. Did you know that if you're held liable in any type of accident, the judgment can claim your assets? Please give me a call so we can discuss. 316-945-6733.
And our guest is Barb Downey, a Wabaunsee County rancher and now past president of the Kansas Livestock Association. And Barb, we've talked about, the challenges not only on the ranch, the challenges in dealing with policy, but one of the good things, the shining example in this industry has been one that has had a lot of discussion, and that is trying to find not only the value, but trying to find really where we are with the beef checkoff.
The beef checkoff, I think, is one of our most misunderstood programs, what it can and what it can't do. But independent of that, I think we are seeing the results of literally years of effort by the checkoff on behalf of all beef producers. We are seeing beef demand truly increase. We are watching our exports around the world for a high quality product contribute $300+ to each of our bottom line for each head of cattle processed. We are starting to see the benefits. Does change happen overnight? No. It's a long, steady process with many facets. There's foundational research that has been done with our checkoff dollars that assures consumers that protein is part of a healthy diet, that it's necessary, that it can be part of a weight loss diet. There was some really good research done that showed that a high protein diet involving beef up to 6 ounces a day was actually as effective at controlling your blood pressure as the classic diet that cardiologists always want to prescribe. And of course for you and me, much easier to stick to. So better able to affect our health. That kind of foundational research has led to consumers' increased acceptance and demand for beef, and that's been really good for all of us.
Well, there's been a lot of kind of who does what, and today is not the day for that conversation, but wanted to give you the opportunity because especially in Kansas, there are two distinctions. KLA, the Kansas Beef Council, while you may be kind of housed in under the same roof, it'd be like a family of almost kind of cousins together. I mean, yeah, you know each other, but one doesn't tell the other one what to do.
Yeah. I'm a checkoff payer. I'm a producer. I've been involved with the Beef Council for a number of years, and I have the same concerns as every other producer out there does. Are they using my dollars wisely? Are they using them in the way that the Act and Order prescribes? And having been on the inside of this process for many years, I can say without hesitation, yes. So I'd like to put that one to bed. What I really want to do is go forward with what we do so well, and that is promoting beef, selling its positive attributes, and bringing our consumers back to the dinner table for another good steak.
It is, I tell you. One of the biggest things that look at this, trying to get to that 4 ounces because it tastes so good, but we appreciate the effort and the effort that the cattlemen are doing to meet the marketplace. So, and again, thanks for your time, and is there one thing that sticks out in your mind, though, of all the things that you experienced this year in the helm that you want to maybe reflect and share on?
I would say that the helm is accurate, but it is truly a team effort. It is all of us doing what each one does well, coming together in a coordinated way, and that's the way it works. We need everybody to be involved.
All right. Barb Downey, Wabaunsee County rancher, now former president, past president, if you want to use, for the Kansas Livestock Association, has joined us. Stay with us. We'll have more coming up.
Kansas Farm Bureau has served farm families in rural Kansas for more than 100 years. We're pleased to offer new health care coverage choices for Kansans in 2020 through Kansas Farm Bureau Health Plans. No matter what stage of life you're in, we'll have options that fit your lifestyle. Plus, our network of providers is one of the largest available throughout the state of Kansas and beyond. For more information, including the different plans available, or to get a quote, visit kfbhealthplans.com.
Hello, I'm Dr. Frank Lyons from Kansas Regenerative Medicine Center here in Manhattan, Kansas. Daryl was one of our patients that we did about 7 months ago.
I dug trees by hand for years and years and years. In the process, I wore out my rotator cuff. But when I learned about this process, I thought if there was a way to get rid of this pain, then I want to do it. So we did it, and it worked. I'm not going to go out and take trees with a shovel anymore, but I can do the things that I want to do now.
Well, it's been very gratifying to help people with their painful joints and other entities, and it's been especially gratifying to be able to help people who I know and have worked with and known for many years.
What if U.S. soybean meal were more than a commodity? If seed companies and the soybean checkoff built a better variety? That future is here. The time is now. To meet end-user demands, the soybean checkoff is investing in the compositional quality of soybeans, including meal. A message from the Kansas Soybean Commission, the Soybean Checkoff, progress powered by Kansas farmers. Kansas Soybean Expo 2020 will be January 8th in Topeka. The Kansas Soybean Association organizes the annual event with checkoff funding from the Kansas Soybean Commission. Thanks to the checkoff, there will be no registration fees again this year. Space is limited, however, so only those who pre-register by December 31 will have guaranteed seats at the luncheon and be eligible for the early bird prize drawing. The event is at the Manor Conference Center. Registration and exhibits open at 8:30 a.m. The program will be from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. A reception with association and commission leaders will follow. The opening session will offer checkoff partner updates from the USA Poultry and Egg Export Council and the Animal Agriculture Alliance. Then comedian Leslie Norris Townsend will take the stage. Kansas Secretary of Agriculture Mike Beam will speak at lunch. Following some awards and recognitions, including the 2020 Young Leaders, the association will conduct its annual meeting. Afterward, the Kansas Soybean Yield and Value Contest winners will be announced. Then participants will hear from K-State experts about sudden death syndrome, integrated weed management, and farm finance. Find the full agenda and pre-registration form at kansassoybeans.org/expo on the web or call 877-KS-SOYBEAN.
Kim Mannering with Hardy Insurance. Today we will talk about umbrella coverage. Did you know that if your cattle get out, you could be held liable for that? Call me. Let's have a discussion. 316-945-6733.
Sure Crop Fertilizers was started by my father, Don Sherman, and my mother, Shirley Sherman. Family business that started in the 80s. We predominantly focus on plant nutrients and what we can do to give growers better responses with the fertilizer dollars that they do, and what we can do to make those things work better for the grower. We're based out of Seneca, Kansas. We work with growers in their soil analysis to figure out what they need, and then we can put those in a blend that gives them the best results, and so that we can deliver that direct to their farm so that they have those nutrients where they need them, when they need them, and so that they can apply them in a manner that's very efficient to them and works well on their planting systems and what they're doing. Sure Crop Fertilizers has been around for a long time. We always say we're big enough to take care of everything you need, but we're small enough to do it quickly. You can get a hold of us at 1-800-635-4743. Our website is surecropfertilizers.com, and you can always email me at Corey@surecropfertilizers.com, and with any questions you have, and we're glad to answer and work with you.
As we close the book on 2019, all of us at the Kansas Department of Agriculture want to thank all of you across the state of Kansas who make agriculture the state's largest industry, employer, and economic driver. We know that agriculture means hard work done every day of the year by thousands of people involved in agriculture production and in all corners of Kansas. And we are proud to serve you and to advocate for you here in Kansas and throughout the nation and the world. 2019 has been an exciting time for Kansas agriculture. We kicked off the year with a new Secretary of Agriculture, Mike Beam, and he hit the ground running, working with other state and national ag leaders. Spring brought the inaugural year of the Kansas Industrial Hemp Research Program, as licensed farmers planted this new crop for the first time. We strive to be the most prepared state in animal disease response, and this year, KDA's animal health staff worked hard with neighboring states to enrich the preparedness plan for African swine fever. And we also continued to support Cattle Trace, a disease traceability pilot project. Historic flooding throughout the spring and summer brought challenges for many farmers and ranchers. And our floodplain management and dam safety teams were kept busy helping communities with response and recovery. August brought the 4th annual Ag Growth Summit, where we celebrated the many successes that have been achieved in Kansas agriculture and committed to action plans toward future growth. Many other issues have kept the KDA team busy this year as well, from water rights to international trade to animal health regulations. At the Kansas Department of Agriculture, we are committed to serving all of Kansas farmers, ranchers, and agribusinesses, and providing an environment that encourages growth throughout the agriculture industry. We look forward to many more opportunities to work together with all of you in 2020 as we share our dedication to Kansas agriculture.
For a few weeks each year, historic Lecompton turns into a living Christmas village as dozens of volunteers, thousands of ornaments, and hundreds of trees come together to transform the territorial Capitol Museum into a Christmas postcard. The spirit of Christmas engulfs the town and all who visit.
Merry Christmas from historic Lecompton.
The Kansas Wheat Innovation Center in Manhattan is rediscovering ways to get improved varieties and new genetics in the hands of farmers faster. Grower-led and checkoff-funded research initiatives are bringing about positive change. This grassroots leadership provides a strong voice in Topeka and Washington, D.C. Now is the time to partner with Kansas Wheat in moving wheat forward. Kansas Wheat Commission and Kansas Association of Wheat Growers. Farmers investing in their future and yours. Log on to rediscoverwheat.org.
Members of the Kansas Livestock Association elected wheat and cow-calf producer Harry Mosier as president during the group's annual business meeting December 6th in Wichita. The membership chose Jerry Kuckelman, a cattle feeder from Manhattan, as KLA president-elect. Mosier and Kuckelman will lead the organization during the next year. Mosier and his family own a seed stock and commercial cow-calf enterprise in Marshall and Pottawatomie counties. He is a past chairman of both the KLA Stock Growers Council and KLA Membership Committee. Mosier has served on the KLA Executive Committee and is a member of the KLA Board of Directors. He has represented KLA on the National Cattlemen's Beef Association Board of Directors. Mosier also is a past chairman of the board of the American Simmental Association and previously has served on the Beef Improvement Federation Board of Directors. Kuckelman is the president and chief executive officer of Innovative Livestock Services, which consists of 8 feed yards in central Kansas and south central Nebraska and an extensive farming operation. He has held various positions within KLA. Kuckelman currently is a member of the KLA Board of Directors and the KLA Risk Management Services Safety Committee. He served as chairman of the KLA Cattle Feeders Council in 2017 and is a past member of the KLA Executive Committee. He also previously has represented KLA on the NCBA Board of Directors. In addition to his service to KLA and NCBA, he currently is a member of the Livestock and Meat Industry Council.
Agriculture information on your computer or mobile device. News and views on grains, livestock policy, and opinions from newsmakers can be found by liking AgView on Facebook, and on Twitter, follow AgView News, a reliable and relevant source. AgView.net.
Valley Vet Supply is devoted to providing information and professional quality products at reasonable prices.
ValleyVet.com, ValleyVet.com, Valley Vet Supply.
Imagine turning soybean oil, used cooking oils, and waste animal fats into fuel so amazing it drives U.S. jobs and our economy forward. Learn more about biodiesel at americasadvancedbiofuel.com.
Good morning. I'm Darren Van Vactor with Paragon Ag. The December USDA supply and demand report dropped this week and was fairly neutral for the most part. It sure didn't feel like Christmas morning, but we did avoid lumps of coal. Lately, it seems like the small wins mean a lot. They left domestic corn and bean carryout unchanged while increasing world carryout for both. The lack of production change only feeds speculation and cues up the much anticipated January report. Wheat received friendly news on reduced carryout while seeing a slight increase on the world front. Outside news saw an agreement to forego the implementation of the December 15th tariffs, keeping a positive tone on the U.S.-Chinese trade negotiations. Congress made changes to the USMCA agreement and is now in Canada's and Mexico's hands for review. Indicators suggest it'll be early next year at best before it's signed. As for the market reaction, corn continues to hang on to support, looking for some positive news to trade. Beans recently came off their lows and are now challenging overhead resistance. We've also seen a nice improvement on the near-month bean basis. Wheat found this month's report positive, but will need more friendly news to build the longer-term case. Livestock has been fairly quiet over the last few weeks. Cattle have held a good portion of their 3-month move, while lean hogs are trying to hold previous support. Christmas and the year-end are fast approaching, and the January report will be right around the corner. Be prepared and have a plan. Questions? Give us a call here at Paragon Ag Advisors, 888-452-8751. I'm Darren Van Vactor. Be safe and have a great week.
Thank you for joining us for Authentic Ag. If you have questions or comments, even suggestions, email me, Ken Rahjes at agview.net. We look forward to seeing you next time on Authentic Ag.
Kansas Farm Bureau has served farm families and rural Kansas for more than 100 years, and we're pleased to offer new healthcare coverage choices for Kansans in 2020 through Kansas Farm Bureau health plans. No matter what stage of life you're in, we'll have options that fit your lifestyle. Plus, our network of providers is one of the largest available throughout the state of Kansas and beyond. For more information, including the different plans available, or to get a quote, visit kfbhealthplans.com.
Watch Ag AM in Kansas online at agamandkansas.com.
Ag Promo Source is a unique group of marketing specialists with one mission: help your ag business grow. Each affiliate has their own area of expertise, and they work together to bring you advice, products, and services. To get started, visit agpromosource.com. Ag Promo Source. Together we grow.
Kim Mannering with Hardy Insurance. Today we will talk about umbrella coverage. Did you know that if you're held liable in any type of accident, the judgment can claim your assets? Please give me a call so we can discuss. 316-945-6733.
Valley Vet Supply is devoted to providing information and professional quality products at reasonable prices.